Hello, Seers and Seekers. Welcome back. This is Lucy B. And welcome back to another reading with my archangels and your archangels. And today's reading is going to be a guided shadow work session with the loving presence of Archangel Azrael. She is the gentle angel of transformation and release. If you've been feeling kind of stuck, holding back your true self, or repeating the same emotional cycles, this message is going to be for you. As appropriate, the title of this is Healing the Parts That You Are Hiding. So we're going to be looking into what is it within your life or within your shadow that lurks in your unconscious mind? Where has it come from? What causes it? How it shows up in your daily life? How to release it is important. And then some advice along the way. So I'm going to go into a little bit more of an explanation of how the tarot reading is going to take place. So I'll see you back at the reading. And so this is going to be what I call a 3-in-1 reading. Rather than having 3 cards or 3 piles that you can choose from, I am going to be doing a reading of each pile one at a time. And you can listen to the entire reading and take what resonates and leave behind what does not. That way you don't have to listen to one entire reading that you pick up a certain card and then go back and listen to a whole other one. Just take what resonates as it comes up and leave behind what does not, because that will be for somebody else, as this is a collective reading. So before we get going, let me ask you a question. What if the part of yourself that you've been avoiding is actually holding the key to your freedom once you learn to let it go, for example? That's why we're going to be having Archangel Azrael here with us and help us dive into the deepest corners of your soul and see if with tarot as our lantern, we can get through what shadow work you may need to get through and get past. And for that purpose, that reason, I have picked the Hermit cards as the cards to start off with, as they have their lantern there and they are shining the way, opening up the path for those who need it. So let's go ahead and let's start with the first section over here. And this will be this particular Hermit card. And then we have this Hermit card over here. And then we have this Hermit card over here. Each card already has a clarifier that was picked out by Archangel Azrael. And as you know, the Hermit card is the card of going inward, contemplation, reviewing your life, taking the time to develop some insight within your life, and developing self-awareness. And I figured that this was an appropriate card to pick, as that is what we are trying to find out. We're trying to go in, asking the assistance of the angels and trying to go in deeply and find out what may be affecting you in your daily life with some unconscious shadow work that needs to be done. So over here with the first Hermit, the first card that came out as a clarifier is narcissistic behavior energy, a walking red flag. And this is basically what it is a narcissist possible within your life who has created some complications within your life. As it says, the energy of the narcissist can charm you and persuade you and deceive you, twisting things and twisting the truth and making the truth appear as if it is truthful when it's only an illusion. They are able to get really close to you and find what are your weaknesses and make you feel very vulnerable. So stepping too close to somebody who is a narcissist, and you might find yourself emptied, reduced to reflection of needs rather than your own needs, and leading your life for somebody else rather than for yourself. So for this some reason this card came out as a possible influence either in the past or currently of somebody who was a narcissist within your life who affected you pretty deeply or who currently affects you pretty deeply. So we start with that one. The next clarifier, and this one is aggressive animal energy. And this has to do with having the fear to move forward. The goal of this aggressive animal energy is to create fear within you. And your solution is to find fearlessness and overcome it. That is with that card and the Hermit. And then this clarification here is landlord, gatekeeper of stability. The feeling of not being stable within your life, the fear of giving the keys to somebody else to control you, the fear of giving the keys to somebody else to control your life, the power to somebody else to control your life, being dependent on somebody else. People like this around you, they teach you that your security is something that you will never have, that it will never be yours. Their way of thinking is through neglecting or greed. They make your sense of security come out at a cost of your own dignity. It is another way of manipulation, control. So we're getting a little bit of information here. The first is a narcissist in your life, either in your past or in your current energy right now, that has affected you, has messed with you in your mind, and has led you to feel inadequate. We have aggressive animal energy, which is basically anxiety and fear, petrifying fear, which when you have fear, it usually goes in deeper. What is the cause of this fear? Where is this fear coming from? Is it inadequacy? Is it the fear of your own self? The fear of getting to know who you really are, the fear of your own reality, the fear of knowing, getting to know how you work, how you tick. That can create a tremendous amount of anxiety in some people. And then lastly, over here, somebody controlling your life and you allowing them to have the keys to your life, whether it is in the present energy or in the past, all affecting you currently. So take what will resonate with that, and let's go on to the next part. And let's try and find out, where has this come from? We have ideas as to where it has come from. But let's get a little bit more detail with the actual tarot cards. We're going to pull 3 cards of the tarot deck from each little section here. Please, angels, Archangel Azrael, I ask that you provide information for each pile, 1, 2, or 3, to give us a little bit more clear information as to where did this come from? How did this show up in this person's life? Or how is it showing up in this person's life? We have the 5 of Pentacles that came up. 2 more, please. The Ace of Wands. One more, please. And the Strength card. Looking at the next pile, the aggressive animal energy. What clarifiers, what detail with the tarot? Archangel Azrael, can we please have? Please clarify the information regarding the shadow work of fear. The Page of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Seven of Wands. Thank you. And let's do this one here. With landlord, giving over the keys to your own stability and giving somebody else control over your life. The Star card, the Queen of Wands, where is this coming from? And then lastly, oh, we got two. We have the Seven of Cups and we have the Page of Cups. Okay, lots to read here, lots to do here. So looking at the first column here, the narcissist column, I have here the Five of Pentacles. And with the Five of Pentacles, it is a person that is dissatisfied with the life that they have, is dissatisfied with what they have in their life, is feeling a lack of something within their life. This particular energy of a narcissist at some point in your life will do exactly that. Will make you feel at first that they are the best thing in the world for you. And once they get you and they have you manipulated, they then begin to control you and take away your own value, take away your own ability to be independent and to make your own decisions and to have value within yourself. And then becomes the sad part, the grief part, something that you carry with you throughout the day, something that lurks within the shadows of your unconscious mind. And you hide it throughout the day and put a smile on and don't let other people know that you have this feeling of inadequacy within you, that you are feeling less than. The Ace of Wands indicates, however, that you have so much potential. There's so much opportunity coming your way. You have such a beautiful passion within you, a beautiful spirit that you are to be able to rise above this and move on with your life. But you're feeling stuck. You may even carry the energy where some days you don't even understand where this sadness comes from. Where one day you are fine and then the next day you are really down, you are really low at yourself. It comes from this inadequacy feeling. And it's a shame because you have so much potential and you have so much passion and creativity and great opportunities that are going to be coming your way if only you were seeing this yourself. If only you would allow yourself to see who you are, to see how good you are, and then how strong you are with the Strength card. So, what it is saying here is, dear one, don't worry. This feeling, this negative side that you have, this sadness, which is very, very evident here. This is a person who feels as if there's not a solution to their problem, is feeling very hopeless. In the background, there seems to be like a jackal chasing the hare. Somebody chasing you, somebody going after you to try and be the hunter, you're the prey. They are hunting you. A metaphor in the background saying that you were the rabbit who ran away, and they have continued to run towards you to try and grab you, or at least even if they are no longer within your life, that energy of how they were, how they manipulated, how they controlled you, how they chased you, how they made you feel like prey is still very much within you and causing you this sadness, oftentimes where you don't even know where it comes from. So that's the hidden shadow in this particular reading right here. Let's take a look at the next one. With the aggressive animal energy, the fear, which all boils down to, remember, fear. The fear of being yourself, the fear of letting go, the fear of showing who you are, the fear of getting to know who you are. And we start off with the Page of Pentacles. Someone who is truly a very trustworthy person. However, when you are not in the best of situations throughout your day, the Page of Pentacles can lead to a feeling of apathy or dullness or idleness within their life, feeling as if what they have in their life is insufficient. Their life is very boring. They're not going anywhere. They feel sort of stuck. A fear, I'm hearing a fear of moving forward. A fear, I had it at the tip of my tongue. It's like the fear paralyzes you from moving forward. The fear of actually getting out there and doing something different and moving on with your life and taking chances is so scary for you that it keeps you stuck. On the positive note, the Page of Pentacles is somebody who brings news to you, that brings news of good resources coming in your life. Somebody who is a very trustworthy person when you are in your positive side, when that shadow has not taken over. So a fear of being paralyzed and not wanting to move forward, or not that you don't want to, you're sometimes incapable of doing it. And we have now the Page of Swords. Page of Swords brings the news of communication coming into your life, quick changes within your life. But when you are in the shadow part of it, it brings in decisions. It doesn't allow you to make up your own mind. It doesn't allow you to take the chances. It doesn't even allow you to think clearly. Why are you experiencing this particular type of energy that holds you back? And then we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of being determined, standing your ground, fighting for what you believe in. And what I believe it is saying here is the fear is what holds you back. The fear is what decreases your ability to be determined. You are lacking in the determination, the courage to get yourself up and start doing something with your life or improving on your life. You may feel a little vulnerable, have some self-doubt, which then leads to apathy and which then leads to passivity. So fear is what holds you back. It is not really lack of desire, but it is the fear of getting out there and doing something, changing your life, starting something new. You may have all these ideas with the Page of Swords, but you are lacking in the drive to get up and go and do it. Or fear, because of fear. need to maybe work on that and see how you can get out of that energy. Let's go into the very last pile, the third one, which is somebody having the keys in your life and the power over you rather than yourself. And we have a beautiful card, the star card coming out, wishing upon a star. And when I see this, I get so sad because I see somebody who is struggling within their life, and I'm getting choked up here. They have wishes, they have goals. This person, you, has goals for your future, what you want in your future, what you are wishing upon a star, and you are being held back by allowing others or other situations or past situations in your life to keep you from moving forward and to achieving these dreams. You so desperately want to improve on your life. You so desperately have the desire to do something different within your life, change your life, and you feel stuck because somebody in the past made you feel as if you couldn't do it on your own. That's a way of controlling you, making you feel like you can't do something or you can't do anything. That is how they keep you controlled and keep you where they want you to be. So you have this dream of moving forward, but your lack of confidence that was shattered, that was affected by somebody in your life, makes it really hard for you to be able to move on. But you have this passion within you, which is what the Queen of Wands is. A beautiful card, a passionate card. You have so many dreams. You have such a big heart. You're a very charismatic person too. There's no reason why you shouldn't move on with your life and have all these hopes and dreams and wishes come true for you. If this is resonating with you, and if you are a person that has been held back because of somebody telling you in the past that you can't do this, you can't do that, you're never going to amount to anything, they're wrong. You carry the beautiful energy of the Queen of Wands with so much passion in your life, so much fire in your life. You may be one of the fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. And then we go to the Seven of Cups, another confirmation of so many ideas and dreams and hope that you have for the future. So many ways that you could go. You're a very creative person as well. In fact, you're extremely creative. So creative that you get into your head with the daydreaming, and I can do this and I can do that and I can do that. But you are holding yourself back, and it affects you on a daily basis, keeping you a little stifled, going back to whoever told you in the past that you couldn't do anything or you couldn't amount to anything. The Page of Cups, however, is here to tell you that you have an offer of something that you're going to love, that's going to help you, or somebody who's going to help you. It's a very innocent card, the Page of Cups. Somebody, imagine a child that's offering you a flower and telling you it's going to be all right. Here's a flower for you. Cheer up. The Page of Cups is also referring to you as the dreamer, which is what I had mentioned here. You're so full of different ideas and hopes and possibilities for yourself. The card is telling you to Listen to your inner voice and embrace your imaginative side. Allow yourself to believe that all things are possible. It's a call for you to open up your heart to new experiences, to let your emotions guide you. Look at the world through big eyes and approach your life with a sense of curiosity and openness as a way of moving out of the shadow self that holds you back. Beautiful reading so far. Let's go on to additional information. What may be other shadow work here that they need to take into consideration? Having hope is one. There it is. Spirit awakening. And then relentless craving. As a means of guidance, you're being advised to have hope. You are always able to change your life, no matter who affected your life in the past or currently. Navigate your shadows with compassion and gentleness. Be kind to yourself. Take good care of yourself. Never forget that energy is something that's always changing and flowing. Whatever energy you are experiencing right now can always be changed down the road. As a spiritual awakening, you are being asked to sit in the shadows. Sit with your shadows as a way of enlightening yourself. Do some meditation, quiet the mind, go into some intuition to bring out your intuition and more of your spirituality. And you are also being called to change some of the habits that you may have in your life. Not necessarily addiction habits of something material, for example, but the way that you talk about yourself sometimes can be a negative way. In a negative way, can be a type of addiction. It's like if you have forgotten how to talk about yourself in a nice way, in a positive way. That in and of itself is also an addiction. Addiction is a prison disguised as freedom, it says here. Because in the moment when you are going through whatever addiction resource that you are utilizing, it may free you at the moment, but then the shadow part always comes back again and again. So be careful how you talk about yourself. Make wise choices within your life and know that there's no easy way to get through this. You have to get through it. What are the suggestions for releasing this shadow? What are some of the suggestions for releasing the shadow? Thank you. We have springtime with everything that blossoms. We have true love. Your love is here to stay. Very nice. And we have one more, please. One more. Transformation. Beautiful. Becoming me. Love it. Advice with the spring card. Everything that blossoms is a message to you of starting something that you find passion, that you're very passionate about. What is it in your life that you can find a spark within your life again? Sometimes when you start something, that creates new energy in your life. You're able to get past the negative energy that you may have in your life and get you through the blockages that you have. So, what are your new projects? What is something that you are able to maybe start something new? Begin a new adventure. Find something that will make your heart sing. Put your energy into a dream, is what I'm hearing. Spread your wings and fly. New beginnings is what spring is all about. You have the true love card. And with the true love card, sometimes when we fall in love and we find the right person, that person helps. That person comes into your life as your soulmate, somebody that's going to help you see the shadow sides that you have and help you pull yourself out of that energy. So open your heart. If there is true love that is trying to work its way into your life, open your heart. Be kind and loyal. Be the best person that you can be. And never let love go away if it is coming into your life. And then I love the transformation card with becoming me. A note of advice here for you. Transform who you are. Find out who you are. I believe that is a message specifically for the center column. Trying to find out who you are, what makes you tick, and not being afraid to find out. Transforming and becoming who you are and accepting who you are. Beautiful, beautiful. What other advice do we have here, please? Thank you, angels. Thank you, Archangel Azrael. This is turning out to be a beautiful reading and very insightful. We have, how do you release it? How do you release the shadow? With pause and checking in. It says with pause, you're being asked to pause before making any quick decisions and moving forward. Allow yourself to step back, look at the possible outcomes, and make sure you're heading in the right direction before moving forward. And check in. When you think about whatever it is that you're pondering, take a moment to check in with how you feel about it. Do you feel lighter or heavier, excited or filled with dread? Pay attention to your inner guidance. It's always so helpful. Very, very nice. Good advice cards for you. And last but not least, one big overall advice card message for you. Gotcha, right here. Awareness. Being aware of your shadow self is the first step to freeing yourself from it. A simple thing as saying to yourself when that shadow pops in, when that fear of inadequacy, or when that fear of getting to know who you are, or when that fear of moving forward and taking control of your own life pops in, a simple statement as, I see you, I know where you're coming from, I know what this is not me. This has to do with past situations that have happened to me as a person, and I see you, and you're not going to control my life. I am going to control you. So it all starts with awareness. I hope you found some good insight in this reading and it was able to provide you with some good information. This was a difficult reading for me to do as it became very emotional at points for me. I'd like to end this reading by saying that there are no definitive answers in tarot, only options, possibilities, and hope that you can draw from, and then you make it work. You are in the driver's seat, so choose wisely. Remember, if things get too difficult for you, seek out professional help and always know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There's always a tomorrow, and energy is constantly moving. What you feel today, if it is in a negative way, guaranteed will not be the same tomorrow or in a week or in a month or in a year. Hold on to that belief. My name is Lucy B. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. As always, love and light to you all. Bye bye.